The congregation is bigger, the wreckage they pray amongst unmoved in 10 months. Their cathedral, still a skeletal memorial to 4:53 p.m. on the 12th of January 2010. The church now has shade, the priests, vestments and utensils. Haitians are adjusting to earthquake-enforced normality. The street in the nearby Nazon district that we walked in search of survivors now throngs with battered commerce. Contrast what we found then. Unsheltered survivors herded into a walled garden. 10 long months on, people here tell me they're still hungry. La femme. Absolutely nothing really has happened at all, except there seem to be some tents since we were last here, but fundamentally nothing has happened since January. At the back of the camp, we find Ernest Constant, an unemployed teacher, seething with frustration.
What we need as Haitian people, we need work. First of all, we need work. The country supposed to be rebuilt, you know, and then work, and then school, university, hospital, and then that's all we need. And then we're human, we can work.
In January, close by on a basketball court floor, we found the wounded, a woman with a desperately infected eye, and the pastor, traumatically injured by his own church falling and in urgent need of medical help. Lickinson was simply an untrained volunteer at the time.
No doctor at all. No doctor has been here. No nurse. Until now, no. No first aid. Nothing. No.
Then there was the woman begging us from below to get 3 dead bodies out of her house. 10 months on, the basketball court floor has been covered, and Lickinson is still here, still struggling to manage the 70 families, 300 souls surviving here. A sort of order prevails, a sort of normality too. Do you remember the woman with the one eye like this, huge, very big?
Marisette, she's there.
Marisette had indeed survived, but her eye a casualty of the quake. Madame, we were here in January. The old lady with the 3 dead in her house is still here too. They were not family, but strangers, thrown into her home, she told us, by the force of the quake. How is she now?
The aftershock for me is that at my age things still seem confused. But with Christ, everything is beginning to get back into place.
So she is alive?
She's alive.
She's alive. The pastor?
No, the pastor is dead.
He's dead?
Yeah.
He died very soon?
Oui.
We got buddies to the north.
Yeah.
We got buddies to the right.
Yeah.
We got buddies everywhere.
We met Jean Rodriguez, a UN translator, in a middle-class neighborhood 5 days after the quake.
My wife is 9 months pregnant, and she pulled herself out of the debris. Now, this baby here you guys are looking at is a miracle baby.
And now, would you say you have recovered?
I would say I'm midway through my recovery. You know, it's mostly psychological, and also it has a lot to do also with the recovery of others. Because if you do, after you do recover yourself, and you see millions of people around you still, you know, like living in harsh conditions, in actually infrahuman, you know, conditions, you know, it does something to you.
Jean Rodriguez's immediate neighbor, a woman, died in here, on this upturned sofa. His next neighbor has lost everything. And that's him sitting in his chair.
Sitting in his chair over there. You know, it's a sad thing to see.
Rodriguez has money and relatives abroad. He's done better than anyone else we met.
It's a sad thing.
But for the vast majority, there is aid, not development. Their emergency tented encampments more permanent by the day. The community is intensifying. Little stores on the narrow camp high street. Shared joy at the gaming table too. Pedicures even. At the far end of the camp, Oxfam is shipping in the elements for still more toilets. Workmen toil to keep pace with the urgent cholera-driven need for sanitation. Just over a mile away, despite the state of the presidential palace, there is now a functioning government of sorts in Haiti. The UN and others depend upon the Prime Minister for delivery. I sat down with him this morning.
There seems to be a blockage. Who's the problem?
No, it's the scale of the problem, the blockage. For example, we started with 1.5 million people in the camps. When now you have 1.2, 1.1, that means that you get it from the camp 300,000 people. In every country it will be a big achievement, but you still have 1.2 people in the camp, so the people are looking there and you don't see what you have done.
But when you're in the camps, people don't know how long they're going to be there. There's insecurity and a lack of trust.
Lack of trust, I don't know if you can go there. It's normal if you are going as a journalist to interview somebody that is under the tent. It doesn't work since 6, 7, 8 months, for example, if he was working before. You have to understand that you don't see any hunger in Haiti until today. That's a big achievement.
Out along the dusty market street beyond the presidential palace, there's one phoenix that defies the apparent lack of progress since the quake. It can be seen rising rapidly from the ashes of the totemic iron market. Sheer brute capitalist drive has overwhelmed political obstacles. It will reopen for business by Christmas. The brainchild of Dennis O'Brien, an Irish telecoms billionaire who owns the biggest phone company in Haiti.
So we wanted to demonstrate to the people of Port-au-Prince, one, you know, we can rebuild something of this scale and beauty back to where it was, but also hopefully you'll encourage other people to do the same and move quickly to rebuild other parts of the city.
Time and again here, people have told me in the streets that's exactly what they think the governing elite is not doing. As the sun begins to set on another post-earthquake day here, somewhere overseas there is as much as $5 billion still waiting to be spent on developing Haiti.